Yo, my dudes, what's going on? David here, and welcome to another Marvel Monday movie reaction. Triple the M's, triple the excitement. This week's movie, we are diving into Thor. Hopefully you are excited about Thor and the movie itself, the whole series that we've got going on. Hopefully you're excited to, join me on a reaction for it. With that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Head on over to Patreon for the full uncut, unedited reactions. Movies extra early over there as well. But without further ado, fasten your seatbelts. Let's ride. All right, we've been watching a lot of Marvel lately. We shall see what Thor has in store. I like that. What does Thor have in store? Uh-oh, I mean, you're driving too close. You are literally driving too close.
What are you doing? I am not dying of first six college credit.
That's cool. I would totally follow like a MCU sort of storm chasing. That was cool. How do you win against something like that though? Oh.
Our armies drove the frost giants back into the heart of their own world.
Yo, we are starting out with a bang. I'm liking this so far.
To the universe.
Hey, is this supposed to be young Thor and young Loki?
Day will come when one of you will have to defend that peace.
Do the frost giants still live? When I'm king, I'll hunt the monsters down and slay them all.
Thor's kind of coming off like cocky in a sense. He knows. He feels it. Ooh.
Frost giants.
They're coming for it. They got it? They're gonna get it? Never mind, they ain't getting nothing. Holy crap.
I think you're right. About the frost giants, about Laufey, about everything. If they found a way to penetrate Asgard's defenses once, who's to say they won't try again? Next time with an army.
Exactly.
There's nothing you can do without defying father. No. I know that.
It's the only way to ensure the safety of our borders.
Thor.
His dad's gonna be pissed. Is Loki with them or no? That looks like Loki in the front.
Go now, while I still allow it.
Yo, who you walking up on like that? Smack you with this hammer, dog.
We will accept.
Yo, look at Loki's
your most
face.
gracious offer.
At least make it a challenge for me.
I'm kind of like, why weren't the Asgardians the Avengers? Dudes are kind of badass right now. Oh. Got a little Mirage accent going on. You've been bamboozled.
Don't let him touch you.
Oh yeah, we out of here. We out of here, dog. Thor, we ain't doing this, Thor. Get out of here. No! he's about to get smacked up. Yo! My man Thor's the man, bro. Dang, yo, is he the strongest Avenger, yo?
City, you have opened these peaceful realms and innocent lives to the horror and desolation of war.
Is he banished? You're hereby banished?
You
No way.
are unworthy of these realms, unworthy of your title. You're
Damn.
unworthy.
He's about to break your truck.
Did it work?
Stanley.
In the aftermath of the battle, I went into the temple and I found a baby.
Laufey's son.
Yes.
Why? You were knee-deep in Jotun blood. Why would you take me?
You were an innocent child.
No. You took me for a purpose. Tell me!
Yo, I swear I suck so hard for not freaking watching them in order. Smack.
You're big. Fought bigger.
Isn't that Michelle from Dodgeball? From Dodgeball? Michelle. Oh! I was gonna say, he took his powers away from him. Dude, Hemsworth is jacked.
What are you doing here? I had to see you. What's happened? Tell me, is it Jotunheim? Let me explain to Father. Father is dead.
Dude, his night just got worse.
The oath you have taken as warriors and commit treason to bring Thor back.
Yes.
Good.
So you'll help us?
I am bound by honor to our king. I cannot open the bridge to you.
But you can.
Complicated fellow, isn't he?
Now what do we do?
We open it ourselves.
Is that one of Stark's?
I don't know. Guy never tells me anything.
No, Colson.
Hello! You are using unregistered weapons technology. Identify yourself. Here we go. Incoming!
Dang.
Wait!
What you mean, wait? We are hurt. We are out of here. We are not waiting for Thor to see if he's worthy enough. Heck no, man. Oh, shit. Damn, that actually messed him up a lot more than I thought it was. Smack to your face, dog.
Brother, please.
I forgot Loki can do that, yo.
No!
Oh, we found you, bud.
I could have done it, Father! I could have done it! For you! For all of us!
Loki, no.
I figured.
What is it?
Power, Doctor. If we can figure out how to tap it, maybe unlimited power.
Well, I guess that's worth a look.
Well, I guess that's worth a look.
All right, well, there you have it, guys. Marvel's Thor. I like that movie a lot. I don't know what you guys think in particular for the first Thor film, but I think that film holds up. I think it was a very good film. I'm certain most of people that watch these Marvel's movies, they dislike the second one, but this first one was really good. Obviously, we get a lot of Loki, which is always a plus. We get Thor, and we kind of see early on the from a child's age, Thor and Loki, sort of both being told by Odin to that one day one of them will reign king. The crappy part about that, and the reason I understand Loki's reasoning behind not his hatred but his dislike towards Thor, is that he never stood a chance. He never was considered an equal to Thor. Obviously Thor being stronger, but that not being the case, because we later then find out that Loki is not the son of Odin. He is the son of Laufey, whatever he called himself. And so that was a cool twist. I didn't see that coming. I've always assumed they were brothers, so it's more of like a stepbrother relationship. But anyhow, there are rumors, because on the day that Thor is being presented as the king, there's a breach, and they are going after obviously something they're keeping protected. They almost get away with it, but obviously Odin summons his little security thing and kills them. But then the gatekeeper, we find out later, lets nothing by his, nothing gets by him. And so the fact that someone somehow led them in, we then later find out it's Loki. And again, it's like Loki has great reasoning behind why he's going. Why he's going after the throne, why he's going after Thor. So, in a sense, Odin created Loki the way we know Loki to be. Obviously, taking him from the battle he had and, raising him as his own, but then never really giving him the chance to reign as king. Obviously, him not being suited for it. But giving him that false hope, that was crappy on his behalf. But I think the first half of the movie flows very good. It's very easy to follow, very enjoyable and fun. Because I thought when I first sat down to watch Thor, it was going to be one of those serious movies, very, crazy, godlike, space-like, stuff like that. And so we didn't get that in this first film. And so I think that's probably what makes the second film not that fun, is that it's probably more like what I thought this one was going to be like, very godlike, very just boring talk. And so you don't really get that in this movie. And I think it does it wonders. I think the one downfall, if there is a downfall to this whole movie itself, it would be the fact that they pretty much wasted Hawkeye's debut, to me. So unless, obviously I know that by being, the dumbass that I am and watching other films prior to watching the first ones, I never read any of the comics, so I didn't know, who Hawkeye was, what he looked like, how he, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know anything about Hawkeye. And so, obviously watching the later movies before I watched this movie, I know who he is now type of thing. And unless you read the comics or unless you did what my dumbass did, how do you know that that's who that is? I feel like any like person who doesn't know anything about Marvel wouldn't know who Hawkeye was, so it would just be like a irrelevant soldier who chose a bow and arrow over a sniper rifle. So you're just gonna be like, okay, whatever. Maybe they introduce him a little more in another film, but I think like what they did in Iron Man 2 with introducing Black Widow is that they gave her a lot of, you know, screen time. They gave her a lot of, you know, stuff to do. We saw her with Tony. We obviously, you know, get revealed that she is a agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And so, like, there's more to it. I feel like it was kind of a waste to have him just come in, pretend to throw, or not even pretend, but, like, threaten to, you know, fire an arrow at Thor, but then not even do that. So it's like, oh, that was kind of a waste. You could have just, like, not had him in the film if you were going to debut him that way. But that's the only nitpick negative I have. Otherwise, I guess there's another nitpick. I don't care too much about the love interest. I understand that she was a key reason why he became worthy in a sense, because she helped, you know, sort of open his eyes to a different thought process. Because in the beginning of the film, Thor's very arrogant, very cocky, very full of himself, very ragey, angry, war. I can beat anyone type of attitude. And so towards the ending of the film, we obviously see that he's changed. He's no longer that way. Again, Agent Coulson is highly used in this movie, which is a good thing. It's never a complaint. I just didn't realize how much he was in these older films. And so it blows my mind now that I'm watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And so, you know, it's fun to see. Pretty much, I know it's going to lead up to where he, you know, eventually takes his death, because that's what the beginning of Agent S.H.I.E.L.D. is. It's, you know, pretty much him coming back from his so-called death. And so it's just very curious to see, like, he's been heavily used in almost all three of the movies that I've watched up to now. Again, I think that this movie is a very solid one. I think it's very fun. I think it holds up better than most people would think. I think the group that Thor was fighting with, his henchmen, I guess you can call them. At first, I compared them to the Avengers because I'm like, yo, they were kicking ass in the beginning. But then not so much in the, you know, last battle scene. And so overall, like I said, you get a really good movie here. I'd probably give it in between the range of a 7 and an 8, closer to that 8. So like I'll go 7.5, I guess you can say, but 7-8 range, leaning towards more of the 8. If there was a way it was leaning towards, I won't go that high just because the beginning half of the movie did exactly what, you know, Iron Man 1 did for me. And it was just, it introduced me to someone. It made me enjoy it. It made it easy to follow. Then the second half of it was, you know, a little more diving into the love interest stuff, which is just whatever. But, you know, anytime you have a villain as strong as Loki in your movie, you can't sit there and give it, you know, a bad grade, because he's a really great actor. And I'm glad they're doing a show around him because I think he deserves it. And it's just an all around good movie. I'll skim through real quick to see if I forgot anything. I don't think I did. The only other question I have is, in the cover art of the movie itself, we see her dressed similar to Thor, like an Asgardian. So I'm a little confused on that part. Like, does she get that later on? Is that like did I look at the Dark World one thinking that I was looking at Thor 1? That could be the case. Again, a waste for Hawkeye, in my opinion. It kind of sucks, but this movie was more like we got to see the cool, crazy Thor world, but then we also got to see, Thor on Earth, sort of just kind of blending in with civilization because he no longer had his powers. Really cool action scenes, obviously very good effects, like I have said throughout. This man is really strong. The gatekeeper, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's really strong. The fact that he was able to break out of that was crazy. And the end credit scene, I'm going to ask you guys personally because I think I'm missing the point in some of this. It seems to me that this is what they call the Tesseract or whatever. And obviously that's something that I know Loki is he's very fond of it. He wants to get a hold of it. Is he in this scene right here controlling this man, or is he using his little shadow clone stuff and he's actually portraying and being this man? You know what I'm saying? Like, can his powers make him look like someone else, or is he just controlling him and he's on the sidelines watching? You know what I mean? Because if that's the case, then obviously this isn't the real man, but Fury is giving him all this information, which is going to, of course, benefit Loki. But yeah, that's the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I gave it 7-8 range, closer to that 8. I enjoyed the movie very much. I thought it was very fun. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Head on over to Patreon for the full uncut, unedited reactions over there. That is all the time I have for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will catch you guys later. Peace, guys.